everyone, I'm Jack, UI UX designer, illustrator, animator, donut connoisseur, and today is my favorite day of the challenges. Today we've got our Illustrator challenge recap. We're going to be taking a look at all of the hard work that you shared with us throughout the challenges. Today is also the day to ask any lingering questions that you still have in the live chat on Behance and in the Adobe Live YouTube chat. I'll be happy to go over them. Speaking of, I've had a few people reach out and message me asking if they can submit their challenge later because they haven't had time to catch up, and that's totally fine. Feel free to submit later to the Discord. We'll be there. If you haven't joined our Illustrator Discord community, no better time than the present. There's a link right below me in the description, and I am betting that Cody in the chat, our mod, will share a link as well. But without further ado, let's move over to the Discord. So, everybody has been sharing amazing work. Gareth is saying Donut Day. Yes, Donut Day would be my second favorite day, Gareth. Community Day still takes precedence. So, to get started, we started with the Enamel Pin Challenge here. Satlin is one of our challenge frequent flyers. I really appreciate Satlin, always comes through sharing some amazing projects every time. But Satlin put together these enamel pins here following the challenge and made all of these little individual flavor indicators on them, which is super cool. Satlin went through a couple of different revisions and ended up with this design here, kind of getting rid of that texture and cleaning up some of the inner glows and things like that. So that looked really awesome. Thank you so much, Satlin. Katarina, can we just get a round of applause for Katarina in the chat? Some applause emojis. Katarina not only submitted challenges for every single one of the challenges this set, but also gave everybody some great feedback in the community. So thank you, Katarina. Katarina actually started the trend in the challenge here of everybody started submitting mock-ups with the pins, like on shirts and stuff, which was super cool. And also, like, I love this monotone kind of all gold look with the pin here and the little origami crane. So super great. Yes, Jeffrey, Oliver, Cody giving some props to Katarina. I really appreciate it. All right, moving on down. I'm actually going to skip George for the time being because we have a couple of revisions. I'm going to jump to OW here. OW is also another person that submitted for, I think, every day. So that was really cool. I love that you followed along here creating the design for the coffee cold brew carafe pin that we made. I know that you had a little bit of trouble on the tool here getting the lines to merge, so I think Katarina gave you some help with that. You were able to sort it out. And then Mr. EMX. This character is so cute. I just love, I love the facial expression and really simple. I said this reminded me of an axolotl, and that started a whole cascade of people asking what that is. So be sure to look up an axolotl if you get the chance. I think it was the pink and the shapes on the head here that kind of reminded me of that. So again, really great use of the inner glow here to add some depth to the pin, and nice job like separating out the shapes and keeping it really simple. Umacorn in our chat saying Kirby. Yeah, it is very Kirby-esque as well. This one here, QMPJ, wow, just wow. The level of detail on the actual pin here with the additional highlights that they added and going above and beyond, adding the gradient on sort of the underside of this mushroom here, just like really takes it to the next level in terms of making this look like a realistic mock-up. And remember, we did all this in Illustrator. These are all created in Illustrator. We didn't use any kind of like external photos or photo mock-ups or anything like that. We kept it all in Illustrator just using effects. So axolotls are so cute. And welcome, Frank. Nice to see you. All right, I'm going to jump down to Claudia next. Claudia also did a great job on this pin here, adding the different directions on the wrapper. So the twist where they get on the sides, where you twist up the paper, having them go the opposite direction like they would on a candy wrapper. Really nice work. And there's my challenge too. But this was George's final design for the coffee pin here. George did a great job responding to the feedback in the chat and getting everything kind of lined up, the text aligned to the center of the pin, and getting the depth on all of the objects here, and just generally fixing a lot of the contrast things. George always does a really nice job of responding to everybody's feedback and ends up creating something really nice in the end. So I have to give props to George for that. So, all right, I'm kind of skipping around here, using the side here and using the screen. Andre is another challenge frequent flyer. Andre, I love that Andre always goes above and beyond with these. Andre shared their sketch here, which was super cool to see. If you ever do a sketch, I would love to see it. Seeing the kind of translation from sketch to final was really cool. Again, these mock-ups here with the like textured background looks very classy and elegant. I want to take a moment here to share a project Andre posted to Behance. Andre actually, like, super quickly put together this Behance project for all the challenges, and I would highly recommend that you do this. They're a great way to show off all of your work and create just like a really great case study for your portfolio, right? So if you do end up putting together a project like this, be sure to share it in the Discord so we can take a look at it. I love seeing these, and yeah, this is so cool. So way to go, Andre, on putting together this project here, including like these little titles and descriptions for everything to give context. I love seeing Andre's, the sketches, the photo reference that Andre used really helps tell the story about the entire process that Andre went through to create these. So if you get a chance to check that out, be sure to do so. Scrolling on down. Seek Bobby here. Seek Bobby and I actually had a really interesting conversation about this pin, and let me see if there was an updated. So Seek Bobby created this lobster pin as a second kind of round to after creating the first one. So that's another thing that you can kind of do. You can create one of these challenges, and then once you kind of get the technique down, kind of following along with the host, you can then go back and try your hand at making something completely new, completely different, sort of your own style. And Seek Bobby and I had a conversation. I think it's a little bit farther down, but I'm going to go ahead and pop open Illustrator. I'm going to show you what we talked about a bit. So if you remember, this is what our pin looks like here. And we talked about how we could add, Seek Bobby used a really, really heavy outline style on the pin. And one of the kind of benefits to that is you can actually use an additional highlight on this. So we're going to select our shape here, our offset path that we originally started with. And I'm going to go to Object, I'm going to go to Path, Offset Path. I'm going to go down into the negative, remembering that negative values are going to take our shape in a little bit more. So I'm going to add just like a really thin inside shape to that. I'm going to add a lighter color. I'm going to go to let me find my color swatches. Oh, I already have them up. Hang on. There we go. I'm going to apply my lighter gold color here, and then I'm just going to go over the transparency window, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit. We'll go to something like 25, and when we zoom out, we can see that just kind of adds like a little bit of a more subtle highlight on that raised edge. And you can do that if you've got a little bit of a heavier outline on yours, and you want to like add just another level of dimension to it. It can look a little bit flat with the heavier outline style if you just keep it in the plain gradient. And remember, you can ask questions if you have any questions, things like that. I'll be happy to demo. So Sean's joining. Hi, peeps. Andre, just join the chat. Andre, we were just bragging about your Behance project over here. Feel free to go check out Andre's work. All right, then we get into challenge 2 with the monogram. This one was really beautiful. Lots of intricate work going on here. Love how you not only incorporated the spiral flourish, but then added these little accents onto it to create sort of this floral look over the green. And then another great trick here to kind of make this really pop was to repeat that design in the background at a lower opacity, just add a little bit of visual interest to the background, creating a really, really strong composition. Hue coming in. I love this one as well. Similar kind of idea here with Hue, using the kind of flourish to add on to the background. And also I see like maybe a little bit of intertwine happening, adding a little bit of this spiral wrapping inside of the letters. Another really great idea that I didn't even think about when I did this challenge. You guys could do that. You could kind of like weave it in and out of these designs. So love that you guys always take this above and beyond what I do and create amazing projects. I think OW also resubmitted this one because there was a bit of a misunderstanding, so I'm going to skip on ahead. Megan is another frequent flyer. I love that's a thing now. Megan's another frequent flyer to the challenges. Megan created a whole bunch of really beautiful challenges. Again, going above and beyond and setting up these mock-ups. If you go get a chance to, I shared on social media on Instagram, I think if you search AI Creative Challenge, the hashtag, that's how Megan posted these. And you can find all of Megan's Instagram posts. And on Instagram, Megan really put together a nice presentation. She put like the text in the upper left corner. They turned out really, really nice. So be sure to go and check those out if you get a chance. Satlin also, again, kind of taking it out of the box here, making a completely different style of monogram than what we did. Kind of adding on these like more angular geometric lines and things like that. So really cool design there. And then Satlin also submitted this one and got a little bit stuck here with the black letter and didn't really know how to add on to these letters, so he kind of troubleshooted that a little bit. And I'm going to scroll down here, go to the next page, take a look at Shaylee in the meantime. Shaylee, this one was cool because they were like these it reminded me of like punched out metal, like with the negative space and the drop shadow on here. It kind of, it reminded me of this like punched metal look, which was really cool and also very fancy. I didn't even think like to do something like that for the challenge, so really cool stuff. Claudia, again, a little bit hard to see because we're in dark mode. Claudia submitted for the monogram and connected the letter A and used the spiral to add the crossbar on the A, which was really nice. But here's what Satlin ended up with. We kind of went back and forth, and I kind of gave them an example, and they added on to the black letter, which kind of takes it from this very like more harsh angular kind of look to kind of gives it like more of a softer appearance and makes it a little bit more unique. Jeffrey's saying so much fancy. Yes, the monogram challenge was very fancy. Dorina! I love when Dorina gets a chance to participate. Here's Dorina's pin. We did troubleshoot this sort of background, the drop shadow here, and we ended up getting that fixed for Dorina in a later submission. I'm going to scroll down. Here we go. This is the heavier line that I was talking about. We'll see an updated version of that one as well. And then there's Katerina again. Katerina did 2 different versions of this, using more elaborate kind of spiral, and then trying out different patterns on the inside. Remember, we went over those pattern swatches that are built into Illustrator to kind of add some depth to our letters, and Katerina tried out a couple different versions. There's my recipe. And then we're going to go down to Seek Bobby again. Seek Bobby, love that you also are a challenge frequent flyer. Digging the arrangement here and how the elements are really balanced, and also replacing that letter form here on the F. Really nice work. Scrolling on down, I should use this view because it's a little bit easier. Stylists sharing their coffee cold brew here. I really like that. It looks like stylists for this one did like a silver kind of a look instead of gold. So I'm really digging that kind of silvery look instead. Oh, I loved everybody's recipes for the recipe challenge. This was so cool. It was so great that you guys shared all of your family's secret recipes with me. I'm totally not gonna steal them and make them for the holidays. See, Bobby shared sweet and sour meatballs. These illustrations are gorgeous, and they complement the ingredient list so well. And then here, I think this is Dorina's final pin, where Dorina was able to fix those issues with the drop shadow here, and also fix some of the coloring here. So in the end, again, Dorina was able to take the feedback from the community and apply them to the challenges, and ended up with an end result that was, looked very clean, very professional, and consistent, cohesive. That's what I'm looking for, cohesive. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so Seek Bobby here took the advice that I gave about that inset set path to add a little bit of a like increased bevel on the edge of that, a little bit more of a highlight to add a little bit more depth. So Misty saying, I want those recipes. Well, if you join the Illustrator Discord, you can find them all. There's a lot more. So Unicorn says, I don't have a Christmas recipe. Don't know what to do for that challenge. Well, if you don't have a Christmas recipe, I actually supplied one in the starter file. So if you go back and grab that starter file, you don't even need a Christmas recipe. You can just use the one that I provided you for Brickle, which is delicious, by the way. Christmas gingerbread cookies with Hugh. This one is so wholesome. I just love Grandma's gingerbread cookies in this like banner style here. And of course, red for the holidays. I'm gonna totally not steal this recipe. Thank you so much for sharing, Hugh. Mandy's got some Linzer cookies here. These are like the ones that have raspberry at the center. Again, this one's really cool, like with the layout showing the final product, the cookie on the right side, and the little kind of, I don't know if this is like a side pocket, like if this was inside of a box that had a bunch of cards, maybe this would be like a really easy way to kind of see the color and know which section of the box you were in. Like maybe these are all holiday cookie recipes, and they're all kind of in that red color. Megan again, I think I shared this one on my Instagram today. This one's so just, again, so wholesome and sweet. The illustrations here are really lovely of all of the ingredients in the recipe here, and also the, this is a family recipe dedicated to her grandma here. This is so cute. And I love the little accents here, how you incorporated the little wheat next to each of the lines here. Just kind of take it, it's like little touches like that, kind of take it to the next level. You could have just used a line here, but you brought it back to the recipe by adding that little icon of the wheat and also keeping the kind of line style consistent across the whole thing. These lines kind of match the style of the script text. A lot of just like little tiny details here that kind of make for a cohesive design. Retiree with Rick. This was so cool. I think Rick's in the chat too today. This was so cool. What a awesome way to do a monogram. Like, you really have to look at this, and it really, really, really does evoke the Art Deco style. I love just a cool, really cool pattern. Look at this. Like, this is a hand-drawn version of it that's just like so cool. I love that Rick shared that hand-drawn version as well as kind of like the final here. Yeah, super cool stuff. I'm going saying, oh my, I thought we lost Jack. It started buffering there for a sec. Oh no. Let me know if you can still see me in the chat. Hendrik with the Monogram challenge. Satlin coming in with raspberry cheesecake. I think we troubleshooted? I think we worked through some of the hierarchy things here. So Satlin made an updated version later that we're going to see with some bolder text in another color to kind of separate out each of these headers here. But really cute raspberry cheesecake. Andre again. Andre really went above and beyond, like I said, creating these little mock-ups here. This is for the recipe card, keeping it really on brand for the Grinch with the colors, and also the little Grinch illustration. I like how the back of the card is really simple and could be used for a series of these. Like, if you had a bunch of holiday recipe cards, this could be the back of each of them, and you can kind of swap out this front design for, different recipes and things like that. It looks like we're good on the text side, so I'm going to keep on going, but let me know if I drop out at all. Here we go. I think this is the updated version with a little bit bolder text for Satlin, and these titles just kind of like, as you're kind of scanning it with your eye, those kind of jump out to you, so like, when you're kind of following the recipe, if you're making this in your kitchen, you want to just kind of be able to scan it so you know where to hit those, like, ingredient lists and those steps. Umacoin says the Grinch is cool. Yes, it was. We've got Claudia here with another Santa cookies, another very sweet recipe. I love the background here, how you use the space up here to add these little snowflakes. And also how the like general style of this at the top kind of matches the icing, the piped icing style on the cookie illustration. Hang on a sec. There we go. Katarina coming in with the sugar cookie martini, did a front and back as well. I really like the pattern that you added in the background, the consistent colors here, and fonts, you know, kind of swapping in and out that script style and the sans serif style across the card. Again, doing a mock-up here. This is OW again. OW did follow just the Brickle recipe here. I like how they designed the back here, really emphasizing the title and scaling that up and kind of framing it in here. The colors and everything kind of give it this retro feel, which is really nice. So yeah, great job, OW. Another update from Satlin. And then we're on to the snowflakes. So this was really cool. I think Andre actually got a head start on this one, doing it a little bit ahead. But wow, what a ton of snowflakes in here. Lots of variation. I love the overall blues, keeping it kind of monochromatic. A couple of accents of green and like more purpley colors. But overall, like, yeah, this just looks really nice with the different colors and the different snowflakes, all kind of fitting in the same general style and color palette. My snowflakes, my snowflakes. Holiday recipe card from Hendrix here. I like the peanut butter cookies. This one made me think of peanut butter and jelly with the kind of like red background here and the brown other side. It really reminded me of peanut butter and jelly. And I also like how they used the technique that we made the cracker with to make the little cookie illustrations. So that was a lot of fun. Scrolling on down. Oh, Leon, this one was amazing. This was for the enamel pin challenge here. Tons of intricate details going on this design here. I love all of the like glyphs around the outer edge here. Really cool stuff. Megan coming in with more snowflakes. Paper snowflakes was what Megan was going for. I like the center ones here, like sort of across a diagonal, because these really did remind me of paper snowflakes, like when you fold a sheet of paper and then you kind of cut out the shapes. Not only because of their kind of like, they're all white with the drop shadows on, but just the shapes and the fills here reminded me of that. Scrolling on down. Rick coming in with their snowflakes. I know Rick had some trouble with the tapered lines here, but I think we got it all sorted out with the stroke with profile. Oh, Satlin. This one was really cool. Satlin did a couple of different variations on this, going through and adding a couple more details. It was kind of a very, like, meta snowflake kind of a thing going on here with, like, the snowflake larger shape with the tiny snowflakes all throughout, which was really cool. Yeah, this is the more detailed version that Satlin ended up making with the kind of like beads on it. It definitely looks like little beads on the design with the larger snowflakes. Kind of like a snowflake wreath. Hue, more snowflakes. I really liked the kind of like blue on blue, and also incorporating the text with this to kind of create like a social post. Mandy also did like a layered snowflake with like a bokeh effect in the background with like the little circles, kind of adding some depth to this. Sean's asking if we did I miss the baubles? No, we haven't gotten there yet. I don't know if we will, since we're already running close on time. You guys created too much great work here. Nightwalker with the eggnog and the eggnog glasses. Really cool illustration here. Very fancy eggnog glass. Allison working on the pin. Leon working on the Brickle. This one, I definitely would say go and read the copy for it because it was really interesting, to say the least. Some deviled eggs. Andre coming in with the name tags. Lots of great work. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get through all of it. Again, with the mock-ups, you guys are killing me. They were great. I loved seeing all of your work kind of in context with the packaging. I think Megan and Andre were sort of like competing for who could find the best mock-ups to show their challenges. George's cookie recipe. Just kind of scrolling through here. Give it. Allison's Art Deco Monogram. Anyways, unfortunately, I do think that we are going to run out of time. But thank you all for hanging out for this set of Illustrator challenges. I hope you all had fun learning new things, trying new things, practicing new things, learning new things. I'm always blown away by the work that you do. So many of you went above and beyond on this set, so give yourselves all of a round of applause. We've got more content coming up. Office Hours with Andrew and Nick is next, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone!